everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearthstone 4 Kaiserreich as Fengtian government. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, Xiaodong and Qing War Conference. Xi Zhulian's league, which saw itself as a successor of Sun Xiaofeng's League of 8 Provinces, has fallen apart after it was assaulted on 3 sides. 2 of these, the Anchen Clique and the Xiaodong Clique, are our allies. Zheng Xiaoqin Xiaodong Clique has seized some of the league's north in the province. Zheng Xiaocheng Xiaodong Clique has seized some of the leagues north, in the province of Jiangsu. This is unacceptable to Chen, who sees himself as the league's successor and thus the province's rightful owner. He must prevent a war between them at all costs. It could lead to their collapse, leaving the Quam and Tang to take control of the 5 provinces instead. Shall we mediate between them? Absolutely. We need to make sure allies don't fight. Left KMT is now immediately invaded Anqing. Okay, so they both want to... I'm not going to read both these events. Basically... Oh no, it's actually the exact same event. Just with the name switched. They both want each other to end their claims. And yeah, you're the event we already saw. So making a proposal. Zheng Xiaolin has taken 2 prevailing ideas of Chen Xiaomin and Zheng Xiaolin into consideration. The fears of Zheng and Chen's rivalry was confirmed in these talks. A surprising amount of trust was conferred by Zheng Xiaolin. One cannot properly predict either man's response, so there's no guarantee that Zheng or Chen will agree to Xiaolin's decision. Although made in confidence, the weight of keeping the allies alive and possibly of Japan's judgment weighs heavily. After much deliberation, Zheng Xiaolin decided that in regards to Xiaodong, I think we want to... Xiaodong... We want to back Chen, right? Xiaodong stays... Because you seized... Where did you seize? Jingsu. Which I'm assuming is this whole area here. I mean, We're going to go against Shandong, just because he's weaker. Regionals has taken action once again. Famine in Sichuan. I don't really care about that right now. I have bigger fish to fry. Zheng Xiaolin's proposal were rejected. Fengtian government proposal has been rejected by both Zhao Xiaojing and Hao Jun. It seems that 2 remain uncooperative and hostile for the foreseeable future. Perhaps it's a signal that diplomatic negotiations to reunify China are doomed to fail. Some of the military staff agree, citing that not even Wu Pufu could have figured out a diplomatic solution. Why would he do this to me? I still want to try to do the unification if possible. Okay, you've now declared war on each other. Enrich the country, strengthen the army. After decades of decline and destitution, the necessary progress and development have never been more glaring. However, while we cannot afford to stagnate, change comes with its own risk, namely mismanagement and public discontent. It has fallen on the government to answer the calls to enrich the country and strengthen the army, but we must prioritize one over the other. Absolutely, I think we want to do the army. Our army needs to be good. Can't do you because we have to deal with the unrest. Let's justify mass arrest, and we can deploy some units. And we'll immediately put those on the Beijing border. Xiaodong and Anqing declare war. We're not sure exactly what happened, but it seems like talks between Xiaodong and Anqing broke down somehow. Personalities of Zheng Xiaocheng and Chen Taoyun were obviously facts in this breakdown. Anqing and Xiaodong, despite both of them being in favor of the Fengtian victory, appear to rather be ready to deploy troops against each other. Military staff is divided, with some in favor of protecting our old investment in Xiaodong, and in favor of protecting the richer river valley under Chen Taoyun. Again, I think we want to back the Anqing. I think they're just stronger. Back Chen. I think Chen will be better for us. We support Chen. Due to our decision to support Chen, Anqing Clique in his fight against Zheng Zongcheng and Xiaodong, continue shipping weapons to Chen. Okay. Can I send you volunteers? I could send you 1 unit. And I think I will. Send you some volunteers. Help you fight. I mean, you're fighting a 2-front war, which is a little bit difficult. I'm assuming you don't like us anymore because we've now kind of gone against you. Can I send you any aircraft? 14. Yeah, I'll send 14. Not a ton, but it's more than 0. You have 3 over there. I wish I could just like type in a number. I want 14 bombers. I'm gonna send you over here. Ground support, because I don't think anybody else has any actual aircraft. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You have 17 units. I'm a little bit worried about what's happening in the north right now. I don't think the left KMT has a ton of units. Okay, apparently the 526, so what the hell I know. Deploy here. Get our units in position. How many troops does a Qing have? 13 to 70. So potentially a lot. Our volunteers have now arrived in the south. We will assign you with our strongest attack general. He actually does not addicted to anything, so great for him. We're going to try a victory point rush. Victory point rush against the north. Because are you cores? No. The only core is up here in the north. Regionals have taken action once again. Okay, now delete all your action. Stay here for a second. I mean, the Japanese, I think the Japanese are backing you as well. Yeah. I will admit, I don't like the position exactly that we're in. Also, I don't like that you've managed to lose some territory here. I wish we had better units. Like, if we had, like, one solid tank division or something, that would be, like, fantastic. But unfortunately, that's not in the cards at the moment. So, let's take a look. I want to see how this war's actually going. Qing is the only one actually taking any damage right now. Do a little bit of damage against you. We're justifying some mass arrest. Building slots. Hotel licenses. Yeah, we need it, but let's develop at least a little bit. And this will give us some army experience that we can utilize in getting some upgrades here. The Communication Clique nominates new economic minister. Thanks to the growing strength of the government, the Communication Clique has nominated Li Xiaogan to fill the position of economic minister. Granted the role of director of the Chinese Eastern Railway in 1929, Li has never been particularly outspoken or charismatic, maintains an restrictive network of back channels and secret agreements with the low-level officials and bureaucrats across the Northeast. His most important relationship, however, is with the railway unions, which work with the Communications Clique to oppose Manchu and Japanese influence in return for rights, benefits, and control over the workplace. Li is known to be silently competent, but Grand Marshal can always shoot to prevent the appointment. Ah, you're actually just good. I'll take you. Welcome, welcome. Again, we need to kill one of these two fronts first. Manchu bribes. Part of the Concordia Association members have recently caught attempting to bribe Recovery League politicians. While this activity has long been suspected, it's the first time they've been caught out in the open. While the members of the other parties have motioned to remove the offending members, the Japanese consulate has already delivered a message strongly advising no action be taken against members of the Concordia Association. I'm going to remove them anyway. We're going to take a 15% stability loss, but right now, I think we're okay. Fingers crossed. Japan, don't fight me, okay? How do you feel about this? You're plus 70. Military access, similar ideology. We love them because they're guaranteeing our independence. Regional outrage. Okay, so that's okay. We're now at 0% stability and no war support. So that's cool. Do I try the victory point rush? I think I'm going to. I can always recall a volunteer if I have to. The Harbin riots. A protest rapidly escalated at all-out riot last night as protesters clashed with police in downtown Harbin. There's been 15 recorded deaths and an unknown number of wounded on both sides. Numbers possibly stretched into the low hundreds. One particular concern is the Harbin Central Station, which saw its front window shattered and roofs in flames. Damage to the station in several places of rolling stock had delayed travel along the connecting rail line. The bureaucrats at Matsu have already registered their outrage. Okay, thank you. Okay, I will say that this maybe was a mistake. Let's last stand for a moment. Mass rest begin! The appropriate justification now in place are dutiful police officers with support of local militias and the Fengtian army have begun rounding up suspected protesters. Majority will eventually be sent home, not necessarily in one piece. Hopefully their imprisonment will serve as a message to other protesters and any sympathizers that the government will no longer tolerate any subversion. We can't do this until all of our debuffs have gone away, I assume. Can I make my way to the capital? Fengtian Clique is now an imperial coup. Details are not clear, but following a presumed coup of the Forbidden City this morning, Emperor Pui emerged. Okay, there's been a coup in China. Or a coup in the Qing, I guess. They'll be a little bit more specific. How many men do they have? 17 to 47. Secure the North China Plain. That seems like a bad thing for me. Democratic Coalition of Algeria. Yeah, so they've had a little bit of a coup. I don't think I've seen that event. Maintain our control, Nanjing. Please don't die. I backed you in this race. If you end up dying here, I'll be very disappointed. We'll take the 1936 rifles. Again, if I can take their capital, I'm pretty sure I can at least hold out there for a bit. Okay, I need you to go here. You're going to be there in 3 days. Keep on last standing. Don't go into the city. I know that's... Son of a bitch. Rex will join the Entente. How dare you? How absolutely dare you? The Shout-On Clique is now just allowing... You know what? Maybe we'll recall our volunteers. Okay, Sternberg has defeated the rebels. Coup d'etat in Siam. Are they really just gonna let the left KMT win this war? They might. They might end up allowing them to win. Are they still pro-me? I mean, Anqing is. Xiaodong, I mean, they're still technically aligned with us. Follow the Kingdom of Finland, which means that they should be national populist. Again, anything that's happening in Europe really is not a big deal for us. What do I send you a volunteer now? I can send you a volunteer and immediately start backing you instead. But I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Are aircraft still in the country? No, because they lost all their airports. I don't think we really have any volunteers in the country anymore. I'm not too sure. How does that play out for us? I don't know. Legitimacy, base stability plus 10%. More stability. Aircraft manufacturing companies for some reason. Let's get the stability. I think that makes sense. For sure. But there's also some political power that maybe I could do something with, but unfortunately, at least right now we don't have that. Okay, new interior minister. Reform ministry now under control of the communication clique now has nominated the minister of the party, Lang Shiyu, as a replacement for the position of the interior minister. Despite a few interruptions over the years, Lang has remained ahead of the communication clique, thanks that first and foremost, there's a network of contacts and clever politicking. Okay, so what are you? Organization goes down. I don't think I can take that. I'm gonna block the appointment. I kind of need organization to be as high as possible. Yeah, I mean, on Qing. I really was hoping that you would have this. I mean, the question is, do I send you another volunteer? I'm leaning towards no, because that seems a little bit risky for us. Did we even get our volunteer back? No. Our volunteer might have died. He might have actually gotten killed before he could actually evacuate. Yeah, no, you're dead. Sorry, Anqing. We backed the wrong horse for sure. Hey, shout on Clique. How do you feel about us now? Similar ideology. You know, we could be friends again. I made a mistake by trying to take over your capital and capturing you. That was my bad. And I will admit I made mistakes in my past. That was one of them. So let's be BFF. That's a lot of Qing troops on our border, but I think it's mostly because the Qing can't be anywhere else right now, so I'm not too concerned with it. Reforming Manchurian finance. At the start of the 20th century, Manchuria was a poorly managed frontier, fraught by lawlessness and banditry. With the rule of Zheng, however, happened reforms through his finance minister, Wang Yangjing. Wang backed his currency, originally no different from those printed by the warlords, with silver, generating confidence, which led to some gains in value against the Japanese yen. Extended tax reform, solved outstanding debts. By the early 1920s, the economy was bolstered by immigrants fleeing instability throughout the rest of China. Of course, this did not last. Minister Wang resigned in 1928 and died the next year. With Fengtian's economy only beginning to recover from the 8 year of post-war decline, time has come to implement new reforms, inspired by those of old, and return to the northeast to its rightful place as one of China's most prosperous regions. The minister has chosen to draw up the necessary plans and determine priorities for the government efforts. So who do we have? We have... Okay, let's also make sure, I want to look at these numbers here as well. Political power gain, resource goes down. Resource goes up. Production efficiency goes up a little bit. Resource gain plus 6%. And then you are... Production speed goes up. Political power goes down. I'm thinking I'm going to point you, because you're the only... You are... I mean, plus 2% is okay. We could centralize the banks. Eliminates our investment dearth. How bad is that? I mean, it's not that bad, honestly. Like, it's way better than most, the White Agriculture Initiative. Already gets a little bit more popular. They're now Qing monarchism. What do I want to do with you? Because it's not that bad, right? Let us get the Soy Agriculture Initiative. The Soy Agricultural Initiative. Soybeans are an extremely flexible crop, useful for human food, animal field fertilizer, and a wide variety of industrial applications. Matsatsu's research wing has made great strides in making their growing, processing, and use even more efficient. But planting percentages across Fengtian remains regularly stagnant. Korean farmers, who made up a majority of immigrants in Manchuria, are excellent rice planters. Like many Chinese, prefer crops that have their more experience with. In an attempt to change this, Matsatsu has begun a soy agriculture initiative, a plan to intended to educate farmers and incentivize the production of soy as a cash crop. But so far, it has been poorly received. Matsatsu hopes to gain government support in promoting the initiative, which should almost certainly increase soy yield and therefore long-term profits. A few dissenting voices have pointed out that excessive soy production could reduce food security in the Northeast. The right conditions might lead to a famine. Political power goes up, or we get a civilian factory. I'll take a civilian factory. Get some collaboration with you. More influence, some more stability. We get some more railroads. Let's rearm. Give me that, Oh, we actually have 50 political power off this. And that's not to influence. Okay, so they're getting a little bit more influence. They're now at 20%, which I'm assuming probably was the trigger for that event. But that's not so bad. It's not that bad. But for right now, I think it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. I say, if you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not enjoyed, you can always thumb down. If you want to subscribe, and goodbye.